welcome to the 15th installment of Swan's Japanese Horror Reviews. Today we are looking at one of my favorite movies, and this comes to us from the director of Ju-On, Takashi Shimizu. This movie, of course, is Marebito. Now, the plot of Marebito is a very strange one, and it's unlike a lot of other conventional horror films. There's not a lot of spooky scenes or gory scenes, in fact, but instead it creates a very strange vibe all throughout the film, and it's a very perverse and very maddening film that just seems to spiral deeper and deeper into insanity. But we'll start from the beginning. It stars a cameraman who's brilliantly played by Shinya Tsukamoto. If you don't know who that is, he is the director of other classic Japanese films such as The Iron Man. So yeah, he was great to be picked for this role, and I'm really glad that he's in it. So he's a cameraman, and he's obsessed with death, and then one day he comes across he's watching a video of a man in a subway who kills himself, and he wants to know, what did this guy see that led him to do that, to commit suicide. So he goes to the subway, and he finds that there's like a secret like civilization and all these tunnels that are underneath Tokyo, and he keeps going deeper and deeper into the tunnels. And he comes across like the ghost of the man that killed himself. At least we think it's a ghost at first, we're not really sure. And eventually he gets to the secret like city that's underneath the subway systems, and he finds a girl. And she's shackled to the wall or whatever. So he takes the girl home with him, and thus begins, his new life with this girl who's humanoid, but doesn't seem to speak any language or eat anything that he's been preparing for her. So yeah, as you can see, it's a pretty weird setup for a story, but it allows for a lot of interesting and very peculiar situations that I haven't seen in a lot of movies, so I was really glad that there's a lot of originality in this one. All of the performances in this movie are spectacular. Shinya Tsukamoto in particular does a great job. He was born to play this role as this death-obsessed cameraman. I mean, this kind of bizarre, creepy, story that you could try to make sense of it all, but in the end, maybe it's more about, how you feel from watching the movie than trying to make sense of everything, because there is a surprise twist at the end, as well as a lot of little subplots that are going on in the background that if you try to connect them, get some really interesting results. Tsukamoto actually narrates a lot of the film, it explains to the viewers what's happening, and this is done very well. There's a nice musical score to it that's very creepy, atmospheric. The girl that plays the woman that he finds underground, she does a great job, very convincing, very scary. So yeah, everything in this movie is done top-notch, and it's amazing that it was only filmed in 8 days. So Takashi Shimizu, the director, did this, all the filming in, a little bit over a week, which is fantastic, that it took him, such little time to make such a great movie. So, I think that was really cool. But yeah, if you go in expecting like another Ju-On or a Grudge or a Ringu or a Dark Water or something, you're not going to get one of those. Like I said, there's not a lot of scary jump out of your seat moments, and there's not even a lot of gory movement, though there are a few bloody scenes here and there. They're few and far between. It's more of like a psychological descent into one man's, madness, which I think is one of the main themes of the movie. It's perception, how we view things. We see how this obsessed cameraman views, his world, and we see this on multiple levels, and you'll understand, as soon as you watch the movie. But I think, it's a good, message on, how we view the world in the modern age. So definitely, I think there's some great substance to this one. The DVD actually comes to us from Tartan Asia Extreme. They did a superb job. We have interviews with Shinya Tsukamoto, the main actor, the director, Takashi Shimizu, the producer, and we have some trailers for other titles and the trailer for this one. So yeah, they did a great job. If I had to give a score to this movie, I would probably give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's Shimizu's greatest work. I'd give the DVD a 7 out of 10, a lot of good stuff. My really only, minor complaint is that it does drag on in a few scenes. Certainly, some parts are a bit slower than I would like, But overall, you know, you just gotta let yourself get immersed into the film. I think you'll enjoy it a great deal, because it is really a good movie. So yeah, Marebito by Takashi Shimizu, really great Japanese horror film. It's unlike, you know, probably 99% of the stuff that's on the market right now. You're not gonna get, you know, a haunted house. You're not gonna get a bunch of like ghosts with, you know, long black hair or whatever, you know. But instead, you're gonna get this really, you know, dark and perverse story about, you know, perception and madness. So I think if you want something different, this is definitely a good title to go after. So yeah, Marebito, please go pick it up. And I guess this is Swan signing off, and we'll see you next time.